Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing the Radcliffe AC 5k multi-trail, and this is going to be a new one for the channel, a new one for me. We're now going to try to see what it's like with other runners, and today we're on board with Karma Banda. He's a runner from Radcliffe AC, very capable, a lot quicker than me, so I get to see what it's like from near the front. Today, though, it's a lovely day. It's the day of the World Cup semi-final against Argentina. We all know how that worked out, but this run was a great start to it. Now, the guy in front, as I just mentioned there, he has won the race in the last 2 years, and it looks like Karma's set off keeping up with him. But one of the things I noticed from watching this video a couple of times is look how easy he seems to find his running. I think if I was doing the pace he's doing, my legs would be going twice as quick as this. But yeah, Louis in front is a very good runner, and has come to this race a few times already in the past. Cracking day for this, lovely sunshine. And I want to give you a little heads up as well on this video. We're going to be doing the whole thing, so if you want to skip through and just get an idea of what it's like, of course you can always use your little scrub button on YouTube and whiz through to see what we're up to, but I'm going to go through the whole thing. Now here comes Matt Crichton. He's just overtaken at the moment. Has his own YouTube channel called the Matt's Pace Project. I've watched a lot of his videos recently, and including the one that from this race itself, he's got a camera on as well. So if you want to see what it's like from his point of view, check out his channel. Again, his videos are great, so I quite enjoyed it. But as you can see, the pace is really going some at the moment. It's the downhill start which does encourage you to go too quick, and it's a downhill by about 1.5 kilometers, I think. So you really do get to fly down here. Now I did do this race today myself as well, but I ran it with my friend Matt and dragged him round a bit quicker than maybe he would have liked, but hopefully he'll be doing a video of this race as well. That'll be coming on, and if he does publish it, I will I'll put it in the links below as we go along. Now, what a great day for this. This route is again multi-terrain, as you can see. There's cobbles, gravel, etc. So and it's slightly downhill, so although you're going quick, you still have to be careful. There's all sorts of obstacles, potholes, uneven surfaces, etc. And now, as we go into this little woodland bit now, down to the motorway bridge, it really does start to drop down a bit as well, so it gets quite steep down this bit. And it's one of those moments, I think, when you get just around that corner here where the two runners in front are going, where for me it's normally like windmilling sort of territory, as you'll see in a minute. And there's David Parkin, who comes past us. Again, you can see he's just flying down this hill, and this is now we're going down to the really steep bit. You can see, wow, flying, his arms flailing all over the place, like very much like I would be. Then the car now onto the bridge. Now this is what we like to refer to as the bouncy bridge over the M60. You can look one way and the other, and then we drop down into Phillips Park. Again, I've run down here a lot. I've run this route quite a few times, and I just love it. I love do this sort of running down the gravel paths that you can see, nice tight twisty trail through the trees. I once saw a deer down here. I was running down here and literally had to screech to a stop as a deer was sat just up there at the path looking at me. So as you can see, lots of our friendly marshals from Radcliffe AC along the route as well, cheering you on. Yeah, they've done really well. Give a great shout out to the marshals on the day, because they were really friendly. So we'll carry on down here now, and it eventually come up to the 13 Arches Bridge, which is part of our 13 Arches trail run later in the year. Now, this is a half marathon on this sort of trail and route, I think, so it's a great one to do. In fact, it does use part of this route, but then we go a lot further into Phillips Park, up to Prestwich Flower Garden, down to Kersal, basically into Salford, and then back round again and up through. Let's say here's the 13 Arches Bridge, which you can, again, if you have time, you can come have a look around here. You can actually explore the bridge. So I say, what a beautiful evening for it. You might have noticed as well, we had a couple of runners breathing down Carla's neck. The two runners from Lee, who are just appearing on the right hand side there. Seen these guys regular on the CLGP circuit, so Chris Benjamin there, he's done well in quite a lot of these runs. He really does give it a good effort. Now, the CLGP is a organisation that brings together several clubs, so running each other's races. We have a championship where we get prizes at the end of the year, depending on how well you've done over the races. There's a whole league, and it's really good. I enjoy it. We've taken part in all the races up to now in this year and last couple of years. Obviously, Radcliffe AC's race is included in that. So the affiliated clubs are Astley and Tilsley Roadrunners, Bolton United Harriers, Burnden Roadrunners, Harwich Harriers, Lee Harriers, which these two guys in front are a part of, Lostock AC, North Bolton Runners, Key Running Club, obviously Radcliffe AC, Rams Bottom Running Club, Swinton Running Club, and Wigan Phoenix. Again, it's a great organisation. Keep bringing together all these clubs to run in their respective races. So we start now turning left onto one of my favourite parts of this course, definitely, as we go a little bit off piste as such down this path. It must be funny actually if you're the front runner on this one. I think Matt Crichton does mention is following somebody at this point, but if you're the first runner on this one, it can be quite interesting, I think, to see where you're going to be going through the trails. Again, you just follow the path, but look how good it is. I think particularly when you're doing it at speed. Duck a few places to get under some bushes. I think there's where we cut that tree. We had to cut some branches down as that tree had fallen. And that's it, out onto the field. When I recce'd this route earlier on in the day, and this field was in bright sunshine and it was baking. So this would have been quite warm, so I think, at this point in the run. Because I think it's about the only part of the trail where it was actually fully exposed to the sun, there wasn't under tree cover, etc. So yeah, it was really, really warm. So I can imagine when they get to this path, they'll be glad to be going back under the trees again to bring a bit of shade. Again, it's quite, it's already like 7 in the evening, but it was quite a hot day. So as you can imagine, when you are in the full sun, regardless that it's only 8 o'clock at night, it would still be quite baking. There you go, we're back onto a gravel type trail again, heading down to where there's a fishing lake down here, and that's what we call the White Gate, and we're turning right up Bradley Brook, and this is where the fun begins soon. As you can see by the elevation chart up at the top right hand corner there, we start climbing very slowly at first, but there's a right kicker at the end of it. To be honest, between me and you, I had no intentions of actually running that hill today. I have run it completely. When we've had some training sessions, and I did it once in a nice Sunday run that I went out with some friends with, but I slowed the pace right down before and then managed to get up there. So I think to have this hill that's coming up in the middle of the run, it's going to be quite cruel, really. particularly like I say when you're going all out on a 5k, it's you must have that in your mind to think that I've got to save something in reserve, because it's a proper lung busting climb, as you'll see. And we turn right down here and up what's known as Bradley Brook. You can see the brook on the right hand side there, and we're running down this lovely gravel path, and it's starting to go uphill slowly but surely. And like I say, Karma is keeping these two guys in view, pushing up as we go. Now this, let's say, slightly starts going up slightly, so I think everything gets a bit more and more overgrown as you go along. I love this sort of running. This is definitely where I'm at. Nice trail running, something you can wear your decent trainers on. Don't have to be wearing trail shoes or anything with any massive grip or really hard sort of thing. So you can wear your road shoes and still get out and enjoy this sort of terrain. Slowly starting to catch these two guys up in front as we go along. It's to and fro quite a bit really, and narrowing that gap, but again, they're quite capable runners. I think what they've slowed the pace down a little bit, knowing what's to come.
Side, mate.
So here is the point where the hill begins proper. Sadly, the guy on the left hand side has had to pull out, the lead runner. Can't blame him.
Okay?
It's the right thing to do when you feel a twinge. Definitely good bit of advice for anybody out there is when you do that in a race, you feel a twinge, feel something pull, it's not worth it carrying on and risking a serious injury. You might as well pull out and get to race another day. It's always a sensible thing to do. Although, quite the spot to pull out as well, isn't it? To save that hill, I tell you. You'll notice in a minute a little pop-up screen. As you can see, you'll see where the first runners now have managed to get up in front. Here's the Matt Crichton approaching the camera that I put up on the bridge to show the runners coming over the bridge, but you can see how far in front they've managed to get already. Now, I am totally in awe of these runners running up this hill. This is seriously steep now. I don't know if the camera picks it up properly, but honestly, I don't know how they do it, particularly carrying on the pace I'm not sure how much I can believe my timings, by the way, on the right hand side. I have put GPX file in. The elevation, the route are fine, but it doesn't look like they're picking up the pace properly. So sorry about that. But as you can see, getting right to the top now. This is a proper lung busting moment. You'll see when we get to the top up here. It really is a keep push moment. I think to get this bit, like you say, he's Karma's keeping up with the lever in front, and the worst of the hill is done. But again, hats off to him. I don't know how the hell anybody runs up that hill like that. This really is another level. My heart rate would be out off the scale. They tried to do that at the time. So you see on the left hand side, Lever is just going through there, and Karma's going to zigzag onto the next bridge, which is not as bouncy as the first bridge you go over, but we're basically going back over the M60 but further down the way. So the bridge that you crossed before was down to the left. Over here now, coming towards the end, you can see there's a little zigzaggy point here. Spot my camera on the rail there on the left hand side, just as he approaches, and we're zigzagging past two wonderful marshals and down this gravel track, and again very similar to the other route, gravel, and as you can see, by the way, in the screen on the left hand side, there's where the other people are behind. So Karma does have a bit of a gap to the people behind, but it's definitely not something to be complacent with. And he's pushing up this hill now. This route, again, I've run it lots and lots of times. If you do run down here, HB1, when it's wet, it does do some quite slippery cobbles and stuff like that. It's properly difficult underfoot a little bit as you get down here, but nothing major. And again, really pretty. This is all part of an estate. As you can see, there's all a wall there on the left hand side where was part of an estate before the motorway cut right through it. It is a really nice part of Phillips Park. When we get to the top of here, we turn right and right again, back into beyond where the start is, where everyone's met up at the start, into the rugby club for a final sprint to the end. Just while I get a moment on this one here as well, I want to big shout out to the organisers and the marshals on the route. A guy called Paul, he's been the race director for us, and he's done a really good job. It's quite a stressful job, and I know from speaking to previous people who've organised that there's lots to do, make sure everything's alright, making sure all the marshals are there and everything's in place, big checklists to work through and make sure everything's right. So a big thanks to Paul for being the race director, and to all the Radcliffe AC members who would have loved to have run in this race, but were out there marshalling and with their phones in the hand listening to the first half of the football as well. So Karma gets to race down here at the moment and finishes with plenty of time to go before the kick-off at the England and Argentina game. Now Karma finished in 18:46, which for me is an amazing time for that course. I don't even know what I did on that day. I think it was about 26 minutes, and that was a good workout. So, what can you say? But wow, amazing. Thanks to Karma for wearing the camera today, and thank you to all these people here, as you see, who all marshalled the route and cheered you on as you went along. And all that's left to say is thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.